Games brought to you by Wholesale Supply Group. Gary Omby and Brian Grisham coming tonight from the home floor of the Bears and Bears right here at Jim Smith Arena from the Kia of Chattanooga broadcast booth in our Cleveland Ford pregame show.
Absolutely.
Well, Brian, district game here at home. It's good to be back. We were here our last broadcast with Cleveland High right here almost 2 weeks ago, and this is another big district encounter right now. The Bradley girls are in total control at 22-0, 9-0 in the district. 3 district games to go, counting this one tonight. We've got to go to McMinn, and we've got Walker Valley coming in here later on to wrap up the regular season. In between those, we still got McMinn Central play 2 times next Monday there, and they'll have a broadcast game here on Mix with that game. But it's getting down to the end of the season where did it go, you think?
Unbelievable, Gary. We got 4 games left on the schedule tonight, before district tournament play starts. And I guess when you're just having so much fun, time just flies by. I tell you what, it's been an amazing season for the Bears and Bears, as we'll talk about here in just a minute. And I want to talk about this special night as we've got some tickets being handed out to local elementary schools, and we're 3/4 full in the house already. And you had a report on the concession stand line. It was halfway to Lee Highway, I believe.
It's Lynn Jones Foundation night, and he does this every year and helps us with that. We'll get a chance to chat with him, and I think he provided tickets this game to Waterville and to Valley View. I know that's 2 schools, and before he had done it for a couple other schools.
Right.
And Gwen, Lynn has a great foundation that it's one of those that a lot of things happen behind the scenes that he doesn't want people to know about. He doesn't want the accolades, but he just wants to help the community, and he does a great job. So, yes, we're going to have, if not a full capacity crowd, it is going to be right at it because it is more than 3/4 full right now.
Absolutely.
So, going to be a great night for a doubleheader. Brownies played these 2 teams before. The girls won quite handily at Ray County. The boys in a 2-point thriller over there in Jackson area with that 3-pointer for the.
Yes, if you'll remember, Gary, the Bears trailed for most of the game and most of the 4th quarter, but kept it close and whittled it down right in the last minute or so. I don't know exactly how many ticks were left on the clock. Seems like there was like 10 or 12 seconds left in the game when Jackson got the ball in the corner and nailed a 3-pointer to put the Bears on top for good.
It was a tough game. Expect one tonight. Of course, Ray County now is being coached again by B.K. Crowder, who was there back in 2004 through 05 and did quite well there. He moved to Antioch High School, which was a new school at the time, and was 2,700 kids when he went there. Stayed there for a while, went on to Florida, and came back. We're talking about the boys coach now.
Yep.
And he did well there. And also a coach in Arizona was really successful. We get into his stats later on for the boys broadcast. But tonight is also a special night. It's the Winter Guard night, they call it.
Winter Guard.
It used to be called the Valentine's Court or whatever, and it just didn't happen in a timely manner. If you wait till Valentine's Day, well, you may have a game, you may not. So we've done it for the last few years here during one of the home games, and that will be tonight at halftime of the boys' game. And you're going to see some lovely young girls dressed up in each grade classification that'll be introduced tonight during halftime of the boys. So between the Lynn Jones Foundation with a full house and the girls doing the Winter Guard thing, and a couple of basketball games too, by the way.
Yeah, we'll play a little basketball in between all the festivities.
And by the way, we've had 2 JV games completed. The Bradley girls rolled 44-17, and the Bradley boys just lost their JV boys game 66-63. That's why we're a little bit late getting on, because it was just, timeout, foul,
And I tell you what, the Bears were down by about 14 points and came back within 2 and almost caught Ray County there. And one of the things about that game was it was a little chippy along the way. We had a few technicals dealt out, and you usually don't see that kind of intensity level in the JV game. But we did tonight.
Yep. I tell you what, let's go ahead and take our first break tonight, a 2-minute timeout here on Mix 104.1. We'll come back. We'll take a little quick look at the series between these 2 teams when we return here on Mix 104.1. The game supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group. We'll be back in just 2 minutes. Back here at Bradley Central High School, Mix 104.1, where game supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group. By the way, we have Ooltewah hosting Cleveland High School on our sister station, Buzz 101.1. 101.3, 101.3, I believe.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
101.3. And looking at the records here, Bradley girls 22-0, 9-0. Lady Eagles 14-7, 4-5. Coach Tracy Vest of Ray County has been there. This is his 4th year. And he previously coached at North Sand Mountain in Jordan. He's got a ton of 447 wins, 268 losses. He's coached a long time, and he's not a young guy. We've seen him here for the last 4 years. And he ain't old like me and you. He's relatively young.
Somewhere in the middle, yeah.
And but he's coached quite well. He actually he had girls and then boys and then girls down at North Sand Mountain. Had 8 appearances in the Sweet 16, 2 in the Elite 8, 2 in the Final 4, and a state runner-up. So
for North Sand Mountain,
he is. He can be a successful coach, obviously. I don't know if he can play with the Bears or not, but Bradley has won the last 26 games in a row against these girls. Coach Reuter, of course, has won 8-0. And Ray was not in our district for several years. They come back in last year. So Coach Vest only played us twice, and he's 0-2.
And it was a bitter rivalry back in the day, Gary.
They were good.
And boy, I remember some really good Ray County teams coming in here, boys and girls.
Yep.
And then they went away out of our district for a while, and I missed them. I miss those old rivalries.
Yeah, I do too. Bradley and Ray County girls played 101 games, and Bradley has dominated 94 wins out of 104, so 94-7 in 101 games. That is amazing.
Hard to believe it's that much.
And like I said, 26 in a row going back to 2005. We lost 49-48 on the road at Ray County, and under a different coach.
Yes.
So now Coach Reuter has come along, and obviously he's done what it's taken to have an elite program. You've got to call him elite. Still ranked number 2 in the state.
Yep.
They were tied for number 2 with Coffee County, but now they're number 2 all along. And they're creeping up on Bearden, who's 22-0, unbeaten, defending state champs. So we said last week, until somebody beats them, you still got to say, hey,
you better believe it.
So a lot of neat stuff going on there, and we're a couple of minutes away. Let's take one more timeout here. Let's make this a 60-second timeout, and we'll come back with the starting laps brought to you by Honda of Cleveland in 1 minute here on Mix 104.1 as we begin to wrap up our Cleveland Ford pregame show. Back here at GM Smitty Arena on Mix 104.1. Here's starting lineups tonight for the girls from Ray County. As the visitors, they'll start a sophomore, number 1, Summer Jenkins. Another sophomore, number 2, Lakin Lockhart. A senior, number 5, Hayla Patton. Number 23, junior Emma Reeves. And number 25, a senior, Ava Travis. For the Bears, they'll start the 5, I think, start every single game this year. Number 0, 6-foot freshman, Kamora Fields. Number 1, a 5'6" senior, Sloan Carpenter. Number 2, a 5'5" sophomore, Avery Brewer. Number 11, a 5'10" sophomore, Hominy Ware. And number 42, a 6-foot senior. And that will be, of course, Hannah Jones for the Bears off Coach Jim Smitty. The Lady Eagles or Golden Eagles, Eaglettes. I think they like Golden Eaglettes. That's a lot to say, Golden Eaglettes.
Eaglettes?
We'll call them Rhea County. That's what Oaktown US 101 used to call them, Rhea County.
Rhea.
But anyway, it's a battle between 2 district foes here tonight. As we get ready for the national anthem, let's take another timeout. When we return, we'll have the tip-off here on Mix 104.1. Back in about 90 seconds.
Central High School. Brian Grissom, Gary Ormby, live and in color from the gym. Jim Smitty Arena, thank you so much for joining in the broadcast tonight. Barrettes and Lady Eagles, the starting lineups are underway on the PA system, and I tell you, Gary, the crowd is filing in, aren't they?
It may be the biggest crowd we've got this year.
You know, that was, besides the Cleveland game, that was the biggest crowd we had back before Christmas when the Jones Foundation took care of everybody that night as well. So we're expecting a big night, and they're going to have some entertaining basketball to watch.
You might want to bring your own food tonight and not have to wait in line at the concession stand.
Well, you'll miss about a quarter and a half if you go to the concession stand, that's for sure. The Barrettes, as we said, 22-0, 9-0 in district play, as we've got 4 games left in the season after tonight, as the Barrettes are throwing out a few T-shirts as they warm up, as the starting lineups are introduced. We are almost ready for the Chattanooga Auto Square tip-off. We appreciate all of our fine sponsors here on the Cleveland Ford pregame show and the Audi of Chattanooga broadcast booth. And the Honda of Cleveland starting lineup. We appreciate all those folks and all our other folks for making it possible to have Bradley Bears and Barrett's basketball on the air.
I'd like to mention again, we will have Monday basketball from McMinn Central, 6 o'clock tip-off. There's what we're scheduled. So that's one that's not on our broadcast schedule, so keep that in mind.
That'll be a fun trip. We're looking forward to that one. We are underway with the Chattanooga Auto Square tip-off going to the Barretts. Sloan Carpenter out front, over to Harmony Ware. As Ray County comes out, let's see. Yeah, they're in the 2-3 zone. They're kind of moving around. They're trying to figure out what they're in at the moment, Gary. But here's a three-pointer too far. Avery Brewer and Ray County with the rebound. Number 1, Summer Jenkins will bring it across the timeline. Carpenter all over her. Barrett's looking for win number 23 on the season. And here's a turnover, Ray County. The pass was there, but there was no one to pass it to.
We talked, I think the last game, if you're defending or going against Bradley, who do you shut down? I mean, you've got so many players can shoot the ball from distance, inside, Everybody says, well, Camora's the monster inside.
Right.
But, hey, we got a lot of shooters.
There is Sloan Carpenter from just inside the three-point line as the first points of the night go to the Barretts. They lead 2-0. We're just underway, a minute into the ball game. Here from the gym, Jim Smitty Arena. Here is number 1 Jenkins out front. Ball stolen away by Carpenter. Carpenter over to Camora Fields. Camora lays it up and in. So, very quickly, 4-0 Barrett's on top. Barrett's with a little pressure out front, and here's the first foul called on Hannah Jones of the Barrett's.
Hannah's susceptible to foul sometimes.
Well, and if you'll think, look, Gary, a lot of them come out here when they're pressing.
Yeah.
She'll stick her hand in when she probably shouldn't have. Side court to Ray County. Here's a double team right here in front of our broadcast position.
I believe it's walk.
Over to Ava Travis. Back to Jenkins. Ray County will try to set up the offense. Out front to Patton. Hayla Patton with the basketball. Over in the corner to Jenkins. Ray County being very patient. Here's a three-pointer by Patton. No good. Rebound goes to Camora Fields. Long pass down court. Brewer inside Hannah Jones. Hannah back out to the free throw line to Camora. It's good. Gary, we talked about this earlier. If she hits that shot all the time, she is going to be beyond unstoppable.
Yeah. She's a handful inside.
Here is number 23, Emma Reeves, inside. She is trapped by a double team of the Barretts. Ball batted around. Ray County comes up with a loose ball. Back in the corner to Reeves. Three-pointer is no good. Rebound to Harmony Ware. Barrett's on the run. Long pass down court. Camora Fields puts it up and in. Very quickly, 8-0 Barrett's on top.
She's got speed for her size that people don't realize.
Really move, yes. That's something that we don't talk about a whole lot, but boys, does she ever get the other end of the court. Ball batted out of bounds. It'll be Bradley basketball. As number 24, Kylie Garrison will check in for the first time. You folks will have to excuse my voice tonight as I'm fighting a sinus infection.
That's what you get for laying on the beach all week.
Well, you know, it had to be done. My wife said, we're going, and I said, okay. So we went. I'll talk about all the seafood later.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's right, buddy. I learned a long time ago. Here's a pass inside, blocked by Hannah Jones.
And a foul on...
Is that number 1? Yeah.
Yep, that's on Ray.
Summer Jenkins with the first foul of the game. Did I tell you it was 81 degrees on Wednesday in Daytona Beach, Gary?
No, and we can't be friends anymore either.
Oh, okay.
Did I tell you that?
No.
You heard it right here.
Heard it right here, folks.
Because it was cold here.
This is purely a working relationship. 8-0. Barrett's on top. Here's a three-pointer. It rolled around about 4 times and went in. So Avery Fields with the roll and a half, that's for sure.
I believe it's Avery Brewer, though.
Well, it could be Avery Brewer. You never know. We'll call her Brewer.
And she just committed a foul.
And the foul on the other end.
Yep.
Avery Brewer picks up the foul. Well, see, my mind is still on vacation, Gary, so I may call anybody any name at any time tonight. So.
What was your excuse last week, though?
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. First free throw by number 5, Hayla Patton, is no good.
Cleveland Udawal on the buzz, our sister station from Udawal. Terry and Greg got the call down there tonight.
Second free throw is no good. Rebound to Fields.
You know, Kamora was within 1 assist, having a triple-double against LFO.
Is that right? Here's a three-pointer. She's feeling it. Harmony Ware from downtown, and it is 14-0. Barrett's on top by 2 touchdowns. 4:07 mark in the first quarter. We're going to take a timeout. Timeout on the floor. Ray County has to talk things over. Our good buddy Axel is running the board for us back at the studio. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Bradley Central High School basketball right here on Mix 104.1 and the Bears Network. All the guys up there are working hard to get it on the air for you.
I'm glad you brought that up on BCHS.TV. Go to YouTube. Just search for BCHS.TV. That's what we call the Bear Network. And you can watch this game live. Listen to the audio that Brian and I are putting out here on Mix 104.1.
No other way to do it. Just kind of like turning the TV down and listening to John Ward back in the day.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far. Foul on Ava Travis and Kamorth in line to shoot a couple.
Meanwhile, back at the basketball game, Kamora Fields knocks down the first free throw.
By the way, we have Nicholas, Trevor, and Brandon bringing you the video tonight. Mr. Schroyer, the professor, we call him, overseeing things over there, and we appreciate them. They do a tremendous amount of work for our school here.
It's amazing. They make me tired watching them work, that's for sure. Second free throw is good for Kamora. She hits them both, and it is 16-0. Barrett's on top.
On our Mountain View Nissan scoreboard, it is Walker Valley 16, Udawal 15 at the half. No, that's Walker Valley. Who are they playing tonight? Yeah, 16-15, Walker Valley 16-15 half. That's from Joe Kennan. I think it's Cleveland Oodwall. It's Walker Valley Oodwall now. My bad there, folks. It's Walker Valley Oodwall.
We have some substitutions in for Ray County. We'll get to them in just a second. Here's a turnover by the Ray County Lady Eagles. Harmony Warren came out there with the loose ball over to Carpenter. Carpenter inside. Hannah Jones. Ball is fumbled away. She gets it back. Harmony wide open. Three-point land. No good off the back of the rim. Rebound goes to number 0, Cammie Ruling, who is in the ball game for Ray County, along with number 3, Jayla Goins. Here's a pass inside to number 20. That is Jenna Bouchard. Shot no good. Rebound to the Lady Eagles. Here's a three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Ray County. So they'll get another shot at it. Here goes number 24, Garrison down the lane. It rolls out on her. No good. Rebound. Order is restored by Kimora Fields. Long pass. What a pass. She was double teamed and still got it to Hannah Jones for the layup. That was Kimora to Hannah, the length of the court, Gary. That was pretty.
Look at quarterback.
It sure was. Here's a steal by Harmony. And knocked out of bounds by Ray County. Number 2, Lockhart. Lakin Lockhart.
33 went in as well.
33 is Hattie Johnston, checks in.
Malia Wilcox for the Barretts.
Malia
and Shemaya.
And Shemaya Francis check in for the Barretts. Let's see, is that number 3? I believe it, no, 0. That is Ruling. Ruling bringing it across. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Ray County basketball. As number 24, Kylie Garrison will throw it in. Gets it into Ruling. Over to Lockhart. Back out front to Ruling. Ray County getting a lot of girls in the game, getting them some playing time. They need this valuable experience. And you don't get any more experience than playing the Barretts, that's for sure. Wilcox, here's a ball stolen away. Avery Brewer takes to the hole. She's fouled, no call, and puts it up and in anyway. Avery Brewer. And that's a 20-0 Barrett advantage.
Hannah Jones fouled.
Hannah Jones with the foul. I believe that's her second.
Yep.
So 3 fouls on the Barretts, 2 on Ray County so far. Kimora will check back in, and Hannah Jones and her 2 fouls will take a break. Here's a pass inbounds to Lockhart. Lockhart cross court to Johnston. Johnston drives the lane. She's cut off by Fields. Back out front to Ruling.
I believe the Johnston girl is the daughter of Shane Johnston, who used to coach the Ray girls just a few years ago.
Oh, really?
He's an assistant on their staff now.
All right.
He came over and shook my hand here right before the pregame.
Back out front to Johnston. There's the ball knocked away by Avery. It'll be Ray County basketball right here in front of our broadcast position. Thank you so much for joining in the broadcast tonight. We have almost got a full house, folks, and they're still filing in. And that's not counting that line at the concession stand.
Well, that's the first stop for these young kids.
Yes, it is. And the most important stop for most of them, that's for sure. Yep. Barrett's with a trap over in midcourt as the Ray County lady is in lots of trouble. Ruling. Finally, a foul call on the Barretts. Number Shemaya Francis, 41, will pick up her first foul. As number 15, Allie Shaver, checks in for the Lady Eagles.
Let's see.
Where are we at? 56 seconds to go, first quarter. On the Bradley Concrete game clock. Here's a pass over into the corner to Bouchard. Back out front to Ruling. Ruling, three-pointer, zip. So the Lady Eagles are on the board. A long three-pointer by Cammie Ruling, and it's 20-3 with 30 seconds to play, first quarter. Harmony Wire out front, puts the move on, goes baseline, puts it up, shot partially blocked, maybe. I believe it was anyway, by big number 20, Bouchard. Ball batted out of bounds. It'll be Ray County basketball with 15.5 seconds to play, first quarter. Ruling out front with the basketball for Ray County. Ray County in their green and white, road uniforms with white and gold trim. Bradley in their home white with black trim. Here's another three-pointer ruling, this time no good at the buzzer. And that is the story of the first quarter. End of one quarter of play, 20-3, supplied by Wholesale Supply Group. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Back here at Jim Smead Arena on the Mix 104.1. We're in the first quarter, 20-3 our score. Gary Owen, Brian Grisham bringing you action here. And Brian pick up the second quarter here.
Here's a long three-pointer by number 5, Hayla Patton from downtown. A 20-6 Barrett lead. Interventional Pain Consultants was one of our proud sponsors there at the end of the first quarter. Here's a pass inside Harmony Wire. No good, gets her own rebound, rolls around, comes off, rebound to the Lady Eagles, number 33, Johnston, and turnover. Barrett's with the steal. Over to Kimora Fields. She goes baseline, hip check there. Foul is going to be called on number 25, Ava Travis. That's her second.
Harmony Ware, Hannah Jones checks back in for Shemai Francis.
Shemai did a good job defensively there. Uh-oh, I was open, Gary. They throw it away. Barrett's throw it away here at mid-court.
Abby White also in for the Bears, number 33, a sophomore.
Abby's first action of the afternoon. Ray County will throw it in. She gets it in to Travis. Travis over to, here's a shot by Patton. No good. Rebound goes to the Lady Eagles. Back over to Travis. Nice move, scoop shot, up and in. So Ava Travis with her first points of the game.
That's her first 2-point bucket of the night.
Yes, it is. They've got a couple of threes and a 2.
Foul on Kimora.
Yep. Charging called on Kimora Fields.
You lower that shoulder and your girl falls over, they're going to call it off.
That's it. So that is the first foul of the night on Kimora Fields. Into Patton. Barrett's with a little token full court pressure there. Cammy Ruling out front to Summer Jenkins. Jenkins to Travis. Back to Ruling. Ruling. Back to Patton, and a jump ball is called as Sloan Carpenter tied it up. It's going to be Bradley basketball, I believe, on the alternate possession.
And Lake and Lockhart's check back in for Ray.
Lake and Lockhart. That's a neat name, Lakin. Don't hear that every day.
Well, they live right on the lake and the river over there.
On the river, yeah. Barrett's with the basketball. Carpenter to Ware. Spin move in the lane. Up. Oh, couldn't get it to go. That was a nice move.
Harmony has missed 3 or 4 inside, just dead open shots, you know.
Some days you just don't get the bounce, so maybe it'll change on her here in a minute. Jenkins takes it to the hole, and she is fouled.
Hannah.
Is that Hannah?
I believe so. Yep.
That's sure is. And just like that, Hannah Jones has 3 fouls.
She was hoping to get a charge out of that, but didn't develop.
That's a good call.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jenkins took it in strong. So Hannah and her 3 fouls will have a seat. Patton will throw it in for Ray County. Stolen away. Harmony Ware. She takes it to the hole, puts it up and in. That is a Springdale Heating and Air steal for Harmony Ware. And the Barretts are on the board in the second quarter.
Yep.
That was their first points in the second quarter. Here's another steal. Springdale Heating and Air steal. And this time we have a foul called on number 1.
It's going to be 2 on her.
That is 2 on Summer Jenkins and 2 on Ava Travis. 2 starters for Ray County with 2 fouls apiece. And as we said, Hannah Jones, the only Barrett in any kind of foul trouble. Inside, Kimora Fields, she's triple team. Gives it up. Here's a Carpenter picks up the loose ball. 3-pointer, no good. Harmony Ware on the offensive boards. Harmony puts it up at the end. She didn't have any trouble at all that time.
Steal.
Here's another steal. Harmony Ware puts it up and in again. Oh, there's Kimora with a steal. Over to Harmony.
Wow. Timeout, Ray County, one more time.
They are scoring faster than I can write it down. 30-second timeout by the Ray County folks. We'll take one with them, but we'll be right back in 30 seconds. A timeout from Tennessee Valley Urology. You're listening to Bradley Central Barrett basketball right here on Mix 104.1. Thank you so much for tuning in the broadcast tonight. Ray County and Bradley. Ladies contest is 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go, second quarter. Barrett's up. There's traveling violation, but they called a foul first.
Avery, I believe.
On the Barretts, yep. That's the second one on Avery. So, man, they're already in the 1-and-1. Here comes Jenna Bouchard back in the ball game, along with Malia Wilcox for the Barretts, Bouchard for Ray County. As we had, like I said, 5:16 to go, second quarter. Ray County scored the first 5 points of the second quarter, and now the Barretts off 8 straight to get us to 28-8. Free throw was no good.
Defense. They've got those.
Absolutely.
Points. They couldn't even get the ball down the floor there for 3 straight possessions.
They scored 5 straight points. The Bears turned it up just a hair. Here is a shot inside. Kimora Fields puts it up and in. Yep, 10 points on the night for Kimora Fields. Here's a pass inside Ray County, batted away. Summer Jenkins back out front to Patton. Harmony Ware went airborne and came down on her that time. So that'll be the first one on Harmony. We don't talk about Harmony on defense a whole lot, Gary. She's just everywhere, all over everybody.
She can play it.
That will send Hayla Patton to the free throw line. First shot is good. .447 to go, second quarter. Second free throw is also good as it rolls around and falls in. So 2 out of 2 for Miss Patton. And it is 30-10. Barrett's on top by 20. Did you hear that Bradley County math kick in right there, Gary?
Yeah, I'm impressed.
I thought you would be. That's the reason I did that. Here, Miss Renner would be proud of me. Here's a foul inside on number
20.
Oh, that's Malia. Okay. Malia.
No. 20 on them. Jenna Bouchard.
Okay, well, that's what I was looking for. Jenna Bouchard. I had it going the wrong direction. Harmony Ware to the free throw line, the Cleveland Utilities free throw line that would be.
I interviewed Coach Reuter this week, our weekly interview, and asked him, said, what's the first stat you look at in a close, tight game from the official stat sheet? First I look at turnovers.
Yep.
He said, that just drives him crazy. And then he said the second one, if it's free throws. He said, tight games will be won or lost at the free throw line.
You better believe it. Turnovers and free throws, buddy. That's for sure. Oh, Kimora, beautiful interception of the pass there Gives it up to Abby White. Abby is 1-on-4, so she pulls up. Kimura over in the corner. Harmony downtown, zip.
Wow.
Harmony Ware knocks it down from long range. The Kia of Cleveland three-pointer. 4 minutes to play until halftime. Ray County gets it across the timeline and is knocked over. Malia knocks her down and picks her up. That was nice.
Malia's played, 3 or 4 minutes without a foul.
She must be feeling the effects of a flu or something, because you're right, Gary. I think that might have been a record that she's been in the game without committing a foul. I even tried to give her one a minute ago.
Yeah, you don't have to help her.
No. She doesn't need my help. Here's the free throw. Is that?
Zero.
That's 0. Okay. The ponytail was covering up the number there. Cammie Ruling knocks down the first free throw.
Her dad is the assistant principal at Ray County, one of them, and he was formerly the AD and an assistant football coach.
Yes.
It's Micah Ruling.
Second free throw is good for Cammie, so she knocks them both down. 35-12 as we go under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Carpenter to Wilcox. Back over to Sloan.
They're staying at that 2-3 zone.
Yep. They've been in it the whole night. And the Barretts been a little more patient this time around. Here's a pass inside. Harmony Ware puts it up and in. That's what the Barretts were doing. They were just working it around until they got the cut and the layup.
I've got her for 17 in the first half.
My goodness, that is a bunch. And we were talking about she missed several to start the game.
She'd be over 20 easy.
Yes, absolutely. Pass back out front to Patton. Patton drives the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Abby White. Over to Wilcox. Barrett's on the run. Harmony's feeling it. Downtown, no. Off the rim, no good. Sloan Cox with the rebound. Wilcox from downtown. Malia knocks one down from behind the arc, and it is 40-12.
It's our 4th three-pointer for Kia of Cleveland.
That was pretty. Malia doesn't take a lot of them, but that was a great shot. Charging foul on Ava Travis, I do believe. Yeah.
I was looking back at previous stats. We had 10 three-pointers against them last game over at Ray County.
And there was a 2 or 3 or 4 game stretch there, Gary, where they didn't hit but 2 or 3 a game. So a little extra shooting in the gym, and the Barretts are right back where they always are, knocking them down at an acceptable rate. 2:37 to go, first half. Wilcox out front with the basketball. White, three-pointer, no good. And rebound goes to Ray County. Uh-oh. She was in trouble and got rid of it before they called the over and back there. Ruling out front. Harmony all over her. Here goes Kimura with the steal. That is a Springdale Heating and Air steal, and the foul is called on Cammie Ruling.
1-1.
So that will send Kimura to the free throw line, the Cleveland Utilities free throw line that should be.
Emma Reeves checking back in for Ray County after that foul.
Looks like Hattie Johnston has checked back in as well for Ray County. First free throw by Kimura. Hits the rim and comes out. Back of the rim, front of the rim, and out. Tough break for Kimura. Ruling with the basketball for Ray County. Gets it inside to Johnston. Turnaround jumper, no good.
Sloan Carpenter got it.
That is Bouchard, excuse me. And Sloan Carpenter will pick up her first foul. Jenna Bouchard with a nice turnaround jumper in the lane there. Didn't get it to go, but she'll get a couple of free throws as we have 2 minutes and 3 seconds to play in the first half. First free throw for Bouchard is good. Second free throw is also good. 2 out of 2 for Miss Bouchard, and it is 40-14 as we go under 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Barrett's with the basketball and a huge lead. Looking for win number 23 on the season as we start down the home stretch. Abby White, three-pointer, no good. Rebound goes to Harmony Ware. Harmony gets it inside to Kimura. She's fouled, and it goes. Gets the bounce, up and in. Kimura will have a chance for a three-point play. Number 24, Kylie Garrison, checks back in for Ray County, along with Chloe Reeves for the Lady Eagles.
Who was that last foul on? Did you catch that? I missed that one.
That was on Ruling.
Okay. She got two then.
Free throw is good for Harmony.
Got her with 13 now. And a ton of rebounds.
43-14. Here's a scramble for the ball on the opposite side of the court, and a foul is called on number 33. That's
Abby White.
Abby White. I had to look up to see which 33 it was on. It was on Abby. So that will send Chloe Reeves to the free throw line for the Lady Eagles. First free throw. Off the back of the rim, no good, as Aaliyah Osborne checks in for the Barrettes. Abby White will take a break.
Last game out, Aaliyah Osborne, 18 points in Howard. 18.
Really?
5 threes, 5 of 7.
My. Second free throw off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, fought for off of a Barrett foot and out of bounds. So Ray County will keep the basketball after they missed both free throws there. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go until halftime. Here's a steal in backcourt. Sloan Carpenter gives it up to Kimura. Inside pass, Malia. Back out front to Osborne. No good. Off the backcourt, rebound fought for. Out front is Bouchard, and she will give it up to Garrison. As the Lady Eagles, as the first half goes under a minute to play here in the second quarter. Here's a shot off, I don't know how it got off the back of the backboard there by Reeves, out of bounds to the Barrettes. .54 seconds to go first half. Carpenter to Wilcox. Over in the corner to Osborne. Back out to Wilcox. Here's a pass in, lob inside to Harmony. It was knocked out of bounds. That's kind of an impossible pass right there.
Yeah, she forced it in there where it was too many people defending.
Looks like Allie Shaver checking in for Ray County for the first time. Here's Ware, three-pointer. No good. Rebound goes to Ray County. Lakin Lockhart.
I believe Harmony got, no, it's on Malia.
It was on Malia. So Malia crashes into her, gets hurt, picks up her second foul. Let's see, 35 seconds to go first half. And that will send number 2, Lakin Lockhart, to the free throw line.
Got a young freshman going to check in.
How about that?
She had a really good JV game tonight.
Addie Guerin going to check into the Barrett lineup.
By the way, the Barretts won that 44-17 in the JV girls game tonight.
As Malia will take a break. First free throw was no good. And nothing doing on the second free throw as the ball squirts out of bounds. I believe it's going to be off a Barrett hand. Patton will check back in. Hayla Patton will check in for Ray County.
I was just looking down the bench. Erica Swick has been injured. Let her start playing a couple of games. Is dressed out tonight, and she's looked at Coach with them hopeful eyes. Coach, put
Holy cow. Boy, that would be great. Here's a pass into backcourt as Ray County is going to just catch it and step out of bounds. I think she thought that was a backcourt violation. That's the way she acted. She didn't know it was her ball.
Yeah.
Here's a pass inside Fields. Ball stripped away. Harmony Ware tackled at the 15-yard line by number 15, Allie Shaver. Wrestling for the ball right there.
Little scrum.
Both girls went to the floor. So that'll send Harmony Ware to the free throw line. First one, no good. That was a 1-and-1, so the rebound goes to Ray County, but they promptly throw it away.
Oh,
as we're having a terrible time getting this last minute of the first half out of the way here. Aaliyah Osborne will throw it in from side court, right in front of the Ray County bench. Gets it into Guerin. Guerin, cross court to Carpenter, thrown away, turnover, Barrettes. Abby White will check back in for the Barrettes. Coach Reuter is about to pitch a hissy fit over here on those turnovers. Doesn't care. I don't care who's in there. Turnover's turnover.
Yeah.
Summer Jenkins back in the game for Ray County. She's trapped here at side court. Throws it to Coach Reuter. He was open, but he fumbled it away. Turnover, Coach Reuter. But they're going to give it to Ray County, so that's all right. It hit him in the hands. There's a pass inside. Kimura Fields with the Springdale hitting in there still. Harmony Ware inside to Fields. Fields has it batted out of bounds with 5.8 seconds to play in the first half. And Coach Reuter is coaching hard. He's going to call a 30-second timeout. We'll take one with him, Axel. Timeout on the floor, 43-14, Barrett's lead. We'll be right back. Time back in at Bradley. A three-pointer by Abby White is no good, and the final 5 seconds tick off the clock, and that is where we stand at halftime with a 43-14 Barrett lead at the break. Axel, we're going to just let me do a live read or two here, and we'll send it back to you here in just a second. Our good folks at Village Volkswagen, locally owned and a proud sponsor of our local sports. Take a test drive in the award-winning, locally made VW Atlas. Also sponsored by the Voitech Center of Orthopedic Care. No matter if it's a sports injury, a work injury, or just an accident at home, the Voitech Center's got you covered. Voitech.com. Our good friends at Chick-fil-A. Pick up your tailgating food at Chick-fil-A. Order your trays for the big game today. Super Bowl coming up. Hint, hint. A lot of chicken will be eaten on that day. Dale's Heating and Air. For all your heating and air needs, just call Dale's. Just call Dales.com. We are at halftime, 43-14. Barrett's on top of the Ray County Lady Eagles. Axel, we're going to take a 2-minute timeout. 2-minute timeout, sponsored by Wholesale Supply Group. We'll be back with the Southland Finance halftime show after this 2-minute break.
Back here on Mix 104.1 as we go to our Southline Finance halftime show. The Bears up by a comfortable score of 43-14. What's that, 29 points. We may hit a Mercer here tonight, which would be one of many we've hit this year for the Barretts in their wins. They're 22-0 coming in, 9-0 unbeaten in the district. And only we have McMinn County on the road next Friday. 1 week tonight, we'll have that broadcast on Mix. Then we have Walker Valley in here the following week for our final 2 district games after tonight's game here against Ray County. It's the Golden Eagles of Ray County, and they trail it 43-14. Looking at the first half stats, Brian, some things jump out at you as always. 18 Ray County turnovers and only 20% shooting. That's a bad combination.
that adds up to about 43-14 at halftime, Gary, is what that does.
On the other hand, the Bears are shooting almost 57%. And free throw line, a really solid 5 out of 7. Not too much from three-point land, 4 of 12 there. But overall, 13 assists on 17 made buckets. And Coach Rude, that's another thing he looks at in games. I want to see how many assists we get because we're sharing the ball when we do that. 13 out of 17 there. Rebounding, Ray County has the edge, 17-13 rebounding. So, and we always look at something in the Bears, points in the paint. 22 points in the paint. That means we're chunking that ball inside. 17 points off of turnovers, 20 off fast breaks. So we're moving the ball. Even though we're not dominating the board, we're getting inside shots. And second chance points only have 8, so it tells you we're not getting rebounds.
And, Gary, it appeared to me that, Ray County played their 2-3 zone and packed it in the entire first half. And it looked to me like the Barretts took that as a challenge and were trying to pound it inside, and they did.
Yes, they did.
And they did. That was pretty amazing. I like to look at runs. The old newspaper man comes out in me. I was looking at 20-3. After 1 quarter of play, the Barretts led 20-3. And then, start second quarter, Ray County scored the first 5 points of the second quarter. And I'm not sure if Coach Ruder took a timeout or if he just fussed at them on the fly. But the Barretts picked it up and finished the second quarter with a 23-6 run. And that's where we stand at halftime. Barretts on top, 43-14. Time for another break, Axel. We'll take another 2-minute break, sponsored by Wholesale Supply Group. We'll be back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Bradley Central Basketball right here on Mix 104.1. Brian Grissom, Gary Ormby, live and in color from the gym, Jim Smitty Arena. Gary, let's talk a little district standings as we head down the home stretch.
Well, in the girls' standings, the Bradley Central Bears unbeaten at 9-0 in district play. 2 more games after tonight, 22-0 overall.
Cleveland High girls 8-2, both lost to the Bearettes, 21-8 overall. McMinn County third at 5-3 with a loss to Cleveland and 1 to Bradley. 2 losses to Cleveland, 1 to Bradley. 13-11 overall, so they're in third place. Then behind them is Ray County. This team we're watching at 4-5 in the district, 14-7 overall. Walker Valley 4-4 in district play, so just a half a game behind Ray, 10-11 overall, and they are ahead at the end of the third quarter in Ooltewah, 27-23 in a very, very low-scoring defensive game.
And there's a lot of those teams right there that are bunched up. Those last 4 seeds are really going to be right down to the last wire.
Ooltewah 1-7 in the district, 4-12 overall, and the Howard girls have not won in the district. And overall, we have them at 5-13, and we'll cover the boys' district standings.
Yeah,
at halftime of the boys' game. So there you have what the district looks like up to date right now. Polk County did play. Walker played at Polk last night. I never did see a score on that game. And I've been busy as all get out today, so I'm not sure how that went. But let's take another timeout here.
One of our fine sponsors, Interventional Pain Consultants. We want to throw them a couple of roses there. We are at halftime, 43-14. We'll be back with all the second half action after this 1-minute break.
We get ready to go to the second half here as we wrap up our Southland Finance halftime show here from Jim Schmidt Arena on Mix 104.1, where game supplied to you by Wholesale Supply Group. Barrett's up, training stretch record 23-0 with a 43-14 lead, 43-14. It'll be Ray County basketball opening the third quarter. Take her away, Brian.
Looks like the same starting 5 on the floor for the Barretts and the Lady Eagles. Looks like Summer Jenkins, Hayla Patton, Emma Reeves, Ava Travis, and Lakin Lockhart for the Lady Eagles of Ray County. And looks like Sloan Carpenter, Harmony Wire, Kimora Fields, Hannah Jones, and Avery Brewer for the Barretts. Here's a pass inside Ray County. Back out to the three-point line as Reeves gives it inside and now gets it back, and ball is swatted with authority into the cheerleaders that might have got outside into the concession stand line, as they're going to have to wipe the popcorn butter off of the basketball before they throw it back in. 43-14, Barrett's lead by a bundle. Pass inside, knocked out of bounds by Ray County. Let's see, foul trouble. Looks like Ava Travis with 3 and Summer Jenkins with 2. Is the only ladies from Ray County with any kind of foul problems. And Avery Brewer with 2, Malia Wilcox with 2, and Hannah Jones with 3 as we have a turnover. Yeah.
5-second call.
Oh, 5-second call, okay.
Right.
So the only Barrett's in foul trouble, Hannah Jones, Avery Brewer, and Malia Wilcox. Here's a fake in the lane by Durr, and Brewer from downtown in the corner. Avery Brewer knocks down the three-pointer, and that's the way we start in the third quarter for the Barrett's. 46-14, just getting started here in the third quarter. Patton over to Reeves as Ray County works it around the outside of the perimeter.
We're on the verge of another Mercy Rule game.
Yeah,
when it hit the fourth period.
It's coming. It's coming. And ball thrown out of bounds by Ray County. Turnover. Be Bradley basketball. Barrett's, as I say hello to some family members walking by there. Pass inside, Hannah Jones. She puts it up and in. Always got time for a kiss for a daughter as she slides by, Gary. I'm just thrilled they won't do it. They want a kiss from old Dad. Foul called on.
I missed it.
Well, yeah, we'll get that one later.
Didn't realize that foul had been called, but there was.
Hannah Jones knocks down the free throw. Must have been a three-point play.
Yeah.
Three-point play for Hannah Jones as she hits the free throw. So that's 5 points for Hannah in the ball game in limited minutes tonight. Here is Patton. I think there's a three-pointer. No good to Ray County. Sloan Carpenter and Patton were trading, dribbling the basketball that time. It's kind of comical. Here's a foul called.
30-second timeout called.
Uh-oh, we got somebody hurt. I didn't see her down over there.
The official signal timeout by Ray, but I'm not sure they're going to make them take that because that's an injury, probably an official timeout.
That injury timeout provided by Direct Primary Care. Check with Direct Primary Care for all your needs in that field.
I believe he's no timeout in charge of Ray
Mr.
County.
Referee, come over and explain that because that you were right, Gary. They did charge it to Ray County to start with because the coach wanted to take one to get to his player. Yeah. I couldn't tell, Gary. Did she turn her ankle or?
Well, that's what they're looking at. It looks like
they're working,
getting her up. Yeah. Not a knee. They're going to have to help her off the floor.
She's not putting hardly any weight.
23. That is going to be Emma Reeves.
Not putting hardly any weight on that ankle. We hope for the best for Emma. Man, that's so easy to do is turn her ankle, and it's a wonder it doesn't happen that much more often.
Yeah, a lot of times they just step on the side of another player's.
Oh, yeah.
You're coming down, your momentum just carries you.
So easy to do. All right, time back in Ray County basketball. As the ball is kicked, and they'll have to throw it in again. Coach Tracy Vest is still coaching hard over there for the Ray County folks. Ball inbounds to Patton, stolen away. Springdale hitting in there still by Avery Brewer. Pass inside, bad pass, but Harmony picks up the loose ball, puts it up and in. Harmony Ware with 10, 16, 19 points.
That's 19 for her.
19 for Harmony. Pass into the cheerleaders. Turnover, Ray County.
Right team, but wrong kind of uniform.
Yeah, it sure was. So it'll be Barrett basketball. 6:05 to go, third quarter, 51-14. Barretts are headed toward win number 23 against no setbacks in the season.
On our Mountain View Nissan scoreboard, they're going to overtime at Ooltewah, 36-36.
My, is that right?
Lady Mustangs.
Avery Brewer from downtown.
That's our sixth Kia of Cleveland three-pointer. And the lead's gone to 40.
54-14, 40-point Barrett advantage. As a traveling violation.
Love Howard into the game for the Barretts.
Turnover, Ray County, as Love may. There is Love on the floor, Gary.
Just a sophomore.
We've got so many freshmen and sophomores that can play right now, Gary. Imagine how good they're going to be in a year or so.
Most of those could play and start.
Oh, you better believe it. You better believe it. Harmony Ware out front. Ray County in their 2-3 zone. Barrett's going to take their time this time down the court and pick up a good shot. Pass inside, Love Howard. She was going to go for the layup and got whacked. So the foul is on number 5, Hayla Patton. I believe that's her first foul of the night.
Second of the half for Ray.
Love Howard, left-handed free throw. A little too strong that time. She'll get another.
Love had 11 points in the last couple of games, too.
Second free throw is good. So Love Howard is in the scorebook. She hits 1 out of 2, and it's 55-14. Barrett's. Jenkins out front with the basketball for Ray County. Gets it over to Patton. Patton in the corner to Reeves. Reeves drives baseline. Ball is stolen away. Sloan Carpenter. Barrett's on the run. Another Springdale hitting in our steal. pulls up for the 10-footer. No good. Uh-oh, that's Hannah over the back. This is her night, Gary. She's just going to, wherever there is a foul to be had, it's Hannah's turn. So that is 4 on Hannah Jones. As Shemaya is going to check in for Hannah. Hannah has that look on her face, as it just happened to be me. And that was a foul. She was over the back that time. She knew it. She's taking it in stride, though. We get to see all the reactions on the bench here at our broadcast position. And
you can take it in stride. You got a 40-point lead.
You better believe it. Be some teeth grinding if it's a tie ball game.
Yeah.
There's a ball knocked out of bounds. Ray County will keep possession. Summer Jenkins trapped over in the corner. Is that going to be a foul on Love?
I believe it is.
4. Love Howard will pick up her first foul. 4:34 to go, third quarter. 55-14, Barrettes. Here's a ball inbounds, knocked out of bounds. Shemaya Francis, good defense that time. Be Ray County basketball underneath their own bucket. We've talked about the crowd several times, Gary. They still filing in, and it's almost full. We're about 95% full here tonight. Here's a pass down court. Harmony Ware up and in. Is that 21, Gary?
21.
I believe it is. Harmony Ware, just another night at the office.
Was playing blackjack.
Yep,
jackpot.
There you go, jackpot. Here's a pass inside Ava Travis to the hole. She's going to be fouled. I believe that one is on Shemaya, but we'll check. Yep. Shemaya Francis with her second foul of the game. So it looks like Shemaya, Malia Wilcox, and Avery Brewer all with 2 fouls, and Hannah Jones with 4. Free throw by Travis off the front of the rim. No good. She'll get another as Ruling and
34.
Johnston check in for Ray County. Yeah, that's Travis. Ava Travis. I believe Ava was their leading scorer over at Ray County the last time we had them. And the free throw is good, as Travis will take a break and Bouchard will check back in for Ray County. I just remember calling that name an awful lot. Here's a three-pointer. Avery Brewer, no good. Rebound. Howard had it for a minute, then lost it. Gives it up to Lockhart. Lakin Lockhart back in the ball game. Here's a long three-pointer. Ray County swish. Hayla Patton from way downtown. That was a pretty shot. And that makes it 57-18. Barrett's with the basketball. Love Howard out front. Gives it up to Carpenter. Over to Harmony. Barrett's in no hurry as we go under 3.5 minutes to play, third quarter. Howard puts it up. Shot too strong. Francis with a rebound on the offensive board. Up and in. Shemaya Francis with her first points of the ball game. 59-18. Barrett's on top. Here's a turnover in backcourt. And it's going to be a Ray County foul on Jenna Bouchard. She lost it and tried to get it back to no avail. Number 15, Allie Shaver checking back in for Ray County. Carpenter holds up one finger. They're going to run number 1, Gary. And gives it up, drives the lane. Harmony Wire 3, no good. Rebound, Shemaya. Shemaya Francis on the offensive board, second time in a row.
Shemaya Francis, Sloan Carpenter, and Hannah Jones all signed scholarships with Johnson University. And boy, Johnson, their coach, is thrilled to death.
I bet he is. That's a beautiful place right at the foot of the mountains up there, Gary, outside of Knoxville. Way out in the country now. It's nice. It's really nice. They're going to have a great time up there. And I have a feeling their women's basketball program is going to improve next year. 61-18, Barrett's with the lead. Here's a steal. Springdale hitting in air by Sloan Carpenter. Dishes to Ware, up and in. What our
23, that's a career high.
A career high is exactly what I was going to ask. Career high for Harmony, and she's not done. We're in the third quarter, as a matter of fact.
She probably got 2 minutes to go, and that's it.
Yeah, possibly. Patton out front, dishes to Bouchard. Shot is good. That was a nice shot by Jenna Bouchard. 63-20. Barrett's on top by a bundle. Carpenter to Howard to Brewer to Howard to Carpenter. So the Barretts are just going to be very patient. Gets it inside. Shemaya, a little short, gets her rebound back. Had it partially blocked that time. Harmony got the rebound, and she is fouled by Hattie Johnston. First foul on Johnston. And that will send Harmony Ware to the free throw line. First free throw, well, Gary, that's about the only thing she hadn't done perfect tonight. She missed a free throw.
She's had a really good night. Her previous career high was 21. So 23 tonight. She's a sophomore. Remember?
Yes,
Sophomore.
absolutely. Second free throw, in and out. No good. 0 for 2 for Harmony from the free throw line. Ball is fought for and out of bounds to Ray County. Should be. I don't know what they're going to rule.
They missed that one. Yeah, he's right.
I believe one guy's going to.
Yeah, he's right.
And the other guy says, oh, well.
We saw it here.
Yeah, we did.
Coach Reuter saw it.
Well, he had a 50% chance of getting it right, Gary.
Yeah.
63-20. Ray County with the basketball. Out front is Ruling. She gives it up to Shaver. Shaver trapped in the corner, goes baseline, and is going to be fouled by Harmony Ware. So that's 2 on Harmony. A lot of times when they go baseline, Gary, they'll stick that knee out, won't they?
Trying to defend the baseline, and that's what you have to do, but you've got to be there first.
Well, you got to move your feet first, and not stick that knee out.
Got to get there.
That's right. Here's a pass inside to Johnston. Gives it off to Bouchard to Ruling. Back into Johnston. Can't get a shot off, and another foul is called on the Barretts.
Maybe Shemai here. Nope.
That's Love Howard, I believe.
Yep.
So Love will pick up her second foul of the festivities. Here's a three-pointer off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound fought for. Ray County gets the loose ball. Ruling. She's in the tall trees. Another Bradley foul is called.
That's Shemaya.
Yep. Shemaya with her third foul. Are we still in the third quarter, Gary?
Yeah.
This one is slowed to a snail's pace. I keep looking up there. I'm hoping they've forgotten to change it, but they didn't. First free throw by Cammie Ruling is good. She's 3 out of 3 from the free throw line tonight. 52 seconds to go, third quarter. Second free throw, in and out, no good. Rebound fought for, and Abby White comes out there with the basketball. Out front to Harmony. Well, let's see. Half of Ray County's playing a man, another half's playing 2-3 zones, so we're going to have to figure this out here. Here's a pass inside to Harmony. Over in the corner, Abby inside. Oh, the inside-out passing, Gary, is a beautiful thing to watch. Sloan Carpenter. Back over to Shemaya. Inside Harmony. She is hammered, and she's going to get some free throws. Number 15 is Allie Shaver. Will pick up her second foul for the Lady Eagles. 63-21 with 15 seconds to play third quarter. First free throw, zip for Harmony.
I believe Addie Garrett's going to go in for Harmony.
I would think so.
Addie's 5'9", 5'10", freshman.
Another freshman. Second free throw by Harmony is good. So that might be the end of her night with 25 points, Gary. Is that right?
That's what I've got, and I think it's correct.
65-21. Barrett's with the lead. Ray County with the basketball. Thank you so much for joining our broadcast. The boys' game to follow just as soon as the ladies get it over with. Here's the Springdale Heating and Air steal by Abby White. Carpenter. The bank is open.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, he didn't count it. Oh, my goodness.
They missed that one.
They missed that one, Gary. We had the perfect angle on that one. But anyway, it did not count. 65-21 Barrettes by a bundle after 3 quarters of play, sponsored by Wholesale Supply Group and our end of the quarters interventional pain consultants and our good buddy, former Bear, Josh Hare. We appreciate all our fine sponsors. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout, Axel. We'll be back in 1 minute.
We go to the fifth period. The Bears up 65-21, and we will have a running clock, which is something established nationwide. If you lead by 35 in the fourth, it's a running clock. Stops only for injuries, call timeouts, or to shoot free throws. Take it away, Brian.
All right, here is a foul called on the Barrettes, number
41.
41, Shemaya. Well, I'll tell you, those.
Got 4, I believe that.
That's her 4th foul. Those referees with crooked fingers, Gary, I have a hard time. 65-21. We are mercifully started in the 4th quarter as the clock will run. Ava Travis to the free throw line for Ray County as they will shoot free throws on every foul the rest of the way. Addie Guerin on the floor along with Malia Wilcox, Love Howard, Abby White, and Shemaya Francis for the Barrettes. Here's a 3-pointer. Love Howard, no good. Rebound goes to Kylie Garrison for Ray County. Let's see. Looks like Summer Jenkins. The ball knocked out of bounds. Hayla Patton on the floor. Along with number 2 is Lakin Lockhart. And 25 is Travis. The 5 on the floor for Ray County. 6:40 to go in the ball game. Ray County with the basketball. Jenkins out front. Gives it over to Patton. Back to Jenkins. Does a little tilt up there. Barrett still playing good hard defense. Over in the corner, 3-pointer. Got away with a travel. Wild shot, air ball is knocked out of bounds. They say it went off of a Barrett hand. Ray County will throw it in underneath their own bucket.
Remember, we'll have a special game add to our schedule on the broadcast next Monday at McMinn Central against the Chargerettes. And the Chargerettes in the top 10 in the state in AA.
I'm really looking forward to that game, especially up there. It's always tougher in that little bitty dome up there.
And Francis just fouled out.
Did she really? Shemaya.
Yep.
There's a lot of great folks up there in Etowah, McMinn Central. We always love to talk to that bunch, and they're just down home folk. They always take care of us when we're up there. Let's see, number 34 for the Barrettes, Aaliyah Osborne will check in. Shemaya just got her night's work over with in a hurry, didn't she?
Yep.
First free throw by number 24 is Kylie Garrison, is good. That is her first free throw of the ball game. I see a lot of well-dressed young people around the gym, Gary, as we have all the halftime and between game festivities. Second free throw is good. So it's 65-23.
And we'll have Lynn Jones with us between games, and at halftime, the boys, the winter court presentation of the young ladies.
Here's a pass inside Guerin. Scoop shot, no good, but she is fouled.
No, walking.
Oh, traveling violation. Well, all right then. I wonder what caused her to travel right there. But that's just my opinion.
They'll hack a shack.
That's right. It was a hack. 65-23. Ray County with the basketball. Travis takes it to the hole, puts it up and in. Ava Travis with her 4th point of the night. And Ray County has all 4 points here in the 4th quarter. Guerin out front, gives it up to Osborne. Osborne drives the lane, scoop shot, no good. And this time the foul is called on Ray County. I believe that's Patton.
25.
No.
Travis.
On Ava Travis.
Got her for 4.
So that's 4 on Travis.
Here comes I believe the white flag's been waved. Here comes 5 or 4.
5
players.
new Lady Eagles coming on the floor, as that was a Cleveland Utilities free throw by Aaliyah Osborne. Let's see. Number 35 is Chloe Reeves. Johnston is back in as well. That's Hattie Johnston. Looks like Cammie Ruling along with Allie Shaver, as the second free throw is good. And one more is Bouchard in for the Lady Eagles as a new 5 come on the court for Ray County. Here's a 10-footer. Good. Allie Shaver gets her first points of the game. And it's 67-27. The Barretts on top by 40. Out front to Addie Guerin. Over to Osborne. Love Howard out front. Abby White. Little bounce pass there to Osborne. 15-footer, no good. Off the front of the rim, gets her own rebound, but then loses it as Ray County picks up the loose ball. Ruling on the run for Ray County. Pass down court. Inside, off the backboard. Ricocheted off of somebody and almost went in. Ray County gets the loose ball. Johnston over in the corner. Still trying to get it inside. Oh, my. Was it a leg or her back?
I think it's their
Chloe Reeves.
ankle, maybe. Was that the one that was hurt before?
No, this is a different one.
That was 23 before.
Yeah. This is Chloe Reeves. It looked like she got hurt her back, but it's a knee or a ankle one. She had the ball, and then there was contact, and she come up limping. She may have turned her ankle, and I didn't see it. There's an injury timeout on the floor for direct primary care as she limps very slowly to the sideline. Excuse me, as my voice is fading fast. Ball tipped out of bounds.
Number 3, Jayla Goins, a senior, is checked in for the Lady Eagles for the first time tonight.
Barrett basketball.
I've got a couple of players he's not played yet, and I'm not sure if they're dressed for him.
Love Howard out front. Gives it up to White. Inside to Guerin. Back to White. White drives the lane. Left-handed scoop. No good. Rebound, Cammie Ruling for Ray County. The little point guard is going to take it to the other end. She's played a nice game tonight. Pull up, three-pointer. In and out for Ruling. That was a good shot, just didn't go down. And we are at 2:55 to go in the ball game. 67-27. Barrett's about to put win number 23 on the board and go 10-0 in district play. Three-pointer is blocked. That was Abby White with the block that time. Wilcox on the run. Osborne pull-up jumper. No good. Rebound, Addie Guerin puts it up and in. Addie Guerin with her first points of the ball game. And it's 69-27.
The Bradley girls are averaging 72 points per game, giving up 31, and they're just about to hit that.
Well, that's just almost on spot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here goes Ruling down the lane, off the glass and in. Cammie Ruling with a nice running layup for Ray County. Wilcox will bring it down the floor for the Barretts as we go under 2 minutes to play in the game with the running clock. Osborne, three-point land, no good. Rebound goes to the smallest lady on the floor, Cammie Ruling. As the ball is taken away by Osborne, dished to Wilcox, it's up and in. Beautiful job on the Springdale hitting in our steal, and then the dish for the layup, and now a chance for a three-point opportunity for Aaliyah Osborne as she gets her points in the book.
Cleveland Utilities free throw coming up.
That's exactly right. And she knocks it down, Zip. 3 points for Leah Osborne. So there's your average, 72-29, with 1:50 to play in the contest. Boys game to follow, and it'll be a good one. It's always a physical game with the Ray County boys, and we'll expect it tonight. They kind of have a chip on their shoulder as they felt they had that one and let it get away over at Ray County back before Christmas.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, they did. And we might could interview our cameraman from over there, Gary, if you remember that. 72-31.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who you're talking about.
He got a little anxious there in the final seconds of that game, right beside our broadcast position. Here's a shot inside. Addie Guerin, no good, off the front of the rim. Rebound, Ray County. 1 minute to play in the ball game. 72-31. Barrett's on top of the Lady Eagles. Ruling out front, picks up her dribble, throws it away. Abby White on the steal. The Springdale Heating and Air steal. Love Howard to the hole. And she is going to be fouled by Johnston. Hattie Johnston with the foul. So that will send Love to the free throw line. 49.3 seconds to play in the ball game. Love has 1 point in the game. Cannot get that one to fall. Bouchard checks back in for Johnston for Ray County.
Johnston, by the way, is the daughter of assistant coach. She's just a freshman.
Oh, my. She's a good-looking player for a freshman. My goodness, I didn't know that. Second free throw is no good. 72-31 as we tick the final seconds away. JV action, the Bradley girls, Ray County boys got the win in each of those two. As there's a shot by Bouchard, puts it up and in. 72-33. 20 seconds to play in the game. Guerin inside Wilcox. Left-handed shot is no good, and the foul is called on number 20, Jenna Bouchard. That's her third foul. 17 seconds to go as Malia Wilcox go to the free throw line. And Gary, we hadn't talked much about Grace Phillips tonight. We miss her badly. She messed her knee up, and we wish her all the best.
They did find out after an MRI it was a torn ACL and a torn MCL, and she'll have surgery, I think, next week or the week after. And Madeline Schultz retore her same ACL. She's
Are
done
you
for
kidding
years.
me?
She's going to have to go under probably a 12-month recovery period now, and she will have surgery again on that same knee next week.
7 seconds to play in the game. Can Ray County get a shot off? 3 seconds. Here's a steal. Wilcox. Barrett's on the run. Shot at the buzzer. No good. And that will be our final score. 74-33, sponsored by Interventional Pain Consultants and our good buddy, Mr. Bear, Josh Hare. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. 2-minute timeout right here on Mix 104.1. Final score, 74-33. And we'll be back with our post-game show, our post-game show with Leisure Time Bowling. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Back here at Bradley Central on Mix 104.1, we're in our Leisure Time Bowling postgame show. The Bears just rolled to a 74-33 final score, 74-33. Bears improved to 23-0 and 10-0 in the district, while Ray County drops to 14-8 and 4-6. Being joined now by our good friend, Mr. Lynn Jones, who is the founder, overseer, whatever, the Lynn Jones Foundation. And Lynn, I can't thank you enough. I know Turner Jack. I know the whole community thanks you for what you're doing here tonight. A lot of things here, but man, you come in here to a full Jim Smith Arena, and a lot of those young folks have never been to a Bradley Central basketball game. They're here tonight thanks to your generosity and the foundation there.
Well, I'd like to say first, how about them Bearettes?
How about them Bearettes?
That was good, everything. But, yeah, this is great to see all these kids and everybody come out. I couldn't do this if good Lord didn't give it to me. I'm blessed. But, man, this puts chills on you to see all these people,
On it.
And, but, yeah, the Lynn Jones Foundation, we're glad to support all the schools.
Yes.
So.
Tonight we've got Waterville and Valley View here, a special guest there. Let me ask you, somewhere back in your earlier life, something inspired you to create this foundation? What was was it something, a single thing, a single factor? Was it a combination of things, or what led you to start the Lynn Jones Foundation?
Well, a good while back, when I was in the 5th grade, we moved, had to run off from Virginia, and we moved here to Cleveland.
Right.
And Mother brought all us kids, which there was 16 of us, but 12 that she brought. And we didn't get to do a lot of things. Didn't know nobody, but I was in the 5th grade. And I just know I never did get to go to a ball game or anything, experience that.
Right.
And so what I did then was think that if I ever could, I would let these people go, because I know how I felt, So.
Well, like I said, it's probably the first game a lot of these kids have come with their parents tonight, and it just adds so much to the atmosphere, the environment of the game overall. It's just a great feeling here to see these big crowds here. I know the folks at concession stand had a line a mile long out there all night long. So
yeah, they pretty well sold out everything right now.
Is that right?
It's unreal, yeah. But I'd like to thank you and for talking about it.
Well, the thanks goes to you for your foundation, what it represents. And we've talked before. I know there's things that you do behind the scenes that people are not aware of, and you don't look for accolades or recognition. It's just something that you do out of the love of your heart for the community. And it's a great thing for the community. And you said before we came back on the air here that you're going to try to do this for some other schools here. Get around to all the schools.
Yeah, we're going to look at this. This is the second time we had this going on. And so we're going to look at Walker Valley, even Cleveland High School, Polk County. We're going to look at all. I mean, we want to, it's all about the kids.
Spread the love around.
We are. So it's all about it. But.
Well, it's great what you do, and God bless you for doing that. And I hope your days ahead are good enough, and you keep doing all these good things, and it makes everybody feel good, and
it does.
And I hope the folks understand, hey, this is the guy right here, Lynn Jones, that makes these kind of things possible. And I know you don't need the recognition, don't want it, but thanks for everything you do for the community, not just
Thank you.
Tonight.
Thank you. Okay.
That's Mr. Lynn Jones, the Lynn Jones Foundation. Again tonight, a gracious donation and everything to buy tickets. And Steve, come on, let me get Steve here in a second. You can't get away without talking a little bit, Steve. All right. Steve, glad to have you here again tonight as always. And
absolutely.
Glad to have Lynn here. And man, people don't know what maybe you and I know, what things he does behind the scenes. He don't want recognition for it. He doesn't want accolades or anything. He just says, I want to help when I can. And he said, I was a very poor child. I couldn't do things like this. He said it gave him cold chills to his crowd tonight.
Yeah, we talked about moving here from Virginia, and he went to Oak Grove, and he talked about Birdman, back in the old days, and, buying him a pair of football shoes. And he said if it wasn't for a coach that probably wasn't making a lot of money buying me a pair of football cleats, I wouldn't have had any. And so, you talk about people like Lynn and just the legacy that he's leaving here of giving back to the community. And, I mean, what better deal you could have, not only to to fill Jim Smitty Arena on a Ray County night, which usually is not a great crowd, just to fill this gym up with kids that sometimes this is the first opportunity to come see the black and gold in Jim Smitty Arena is a special night. But to be able to come for free, bring two guests with you, and then have 5 tickets to anything in the concession stand. But I tell you, Gary, as much as Lynn has put into this, if it weren't for Patrick Spangler, Coach Reuter, Coach Carpenter, it takes everyone joining together to make these things happen, and you know that better than anybody. And I just think that you've seen that tonight. Melissa Reuter told me that I'm buying her dinner tonight once we get out of here. So it's been a special night. It continues to be a special night. The gym's almost full for a game that otherwise may not be as full. So we're excited to do that. The Lynn Jones Foundation. Now I tell you, we've always heard the old saying, you got to put your money where your mouth is. Well, Lynn, without a doubt, does that. I saw him cleaning up nachos that a kid spilled, cleaning up a Coke. I mean, he not only did he give, but he also showed up and has been helping out. But it takes special people like that in this community to make everybody stronger, and you see that tonight.
Yeah, and it's great to have someone like him in the community that cares enough and loves the community enough to support it. And he was just telling us he's going to try to do this for Polk County, for Walker Valley, for Cleveland High School, because he sees what it means to these folks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, you get kids that are it's not rocket science here. You got a kid from Valley View that may not be playing basketball right now, but may be very athletic, that ends up going to Lake Forest and then says, I want to go play for Bradley because I went and watched him on that night. Man, that was awesome. And so you had it, I had it, Lynn had it, we've all had it, that time in our life when we said, that's what I want to do.
Right.
And this could be that night for a few kids. And if not, so be it. But if it is, hey, hopefully we're all still around calling games another 5 or 10 years. And so we're able to call some of these kids that we're watching here tonight eating pickles and running around with popcorn.
Yeah, I hear you there.
Gary, hey, thank you guys for what you do. It's fantastic. Listen, Steve is, we've come a long ways in technology and all this other stuff, but you guys do an incredible job. I said you will always be known as the guy that put Bradley history on the map, because I don't think there's any sports, I don't think you get enough accolades for this. There is no other sports program in the state of Tennessee that is as old as Bradley Central, that has the history dated as much as you've been able to capture that in every sport. And we can't thank you enough for that, for this community, because now we will always know who did what, when, and where, and that is something special as time goes on.
Well, thank you. It's a labor of love, and I love updating the records with something new every year in every sport. So it's just something that's great to keep up.
And one day we'll get you a new broadcast partner. I mean, I know your back's got to be hurting from carrying this guy. He can't hear me, so I'm going to get my shots in. So thank you so much, Gary. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks again, Lynn. Appreciate it, bud.
See you, buddy.
That's Stephen Shelton, and also Stephen Shelton there. And Stephen, put your headset on there. He was sort of throwing you under the bus, said, you're having to carry me. Hopefully I got a new partner pretty soon.
Well, I could tell some tales, and maybe one day I could tell another tale on Mr. Shelton.
We need to keep our license on the FCC.
Well, that was another story for another day, but...
Let's take a time out here on Mix 104.1. We're in the Leisure Time post-game show right now on Mix, where all of our games are played by Wholesale Supply Group. We have a final from Walker Valley Ooltewah. Walker Valley did win that game in overtime in the girls' game, 48-43, 48-43 in overtime. Walker Valley in a district matchup on the road beats the Lady Owls of Ooltewah. So Ooltewah gave them fits tonight.
That must have been a dandy ball game. That's on our Mountain View Nissan scoreboard.
That's exactly right. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back and start looking at the boys' game, get you some lineups, talk about a little bit about the history of Bradley Central and Ray County High School. Back in 2 minutes on Mix 104.1. Back here at Bradley Central High School, still in our leisure time bowling portion of the program here in a pregame as the Bears and the Golden Eagles are warming up for their second match of the year. The Bears won it earlier, in case you didn't hear it, 66-64 on a great late three-point shot by Jackson Airy to give the Bears one of their very few leads tonight. As a matter of fact, we were down 10 or 12 in the fourth period and found a way somehow on the road to come back in a huge district win. The Bears won 12 of the last 13 games. They've won 5 in a row, and they're really playing the best basketball that they played this entire season. We talked to Coach Zach Carpenter earlier this week. He saw our interviews on the Bear Network, which, by the way, is televising this game tonight, BCHS.TV. Just go to YouTube, look up BCHS.TV. Watch this game live. You hear this audio you're hearing right now from Mix 104.1. All of our programs we produce each week. Coach interview and player interviews every week there produced right here on the campus of Bradley Central High School Studio H12. We appreciate those guys, Brander, Victor, and Trevor, working tonight, running the camera work here. The Bears, as we said, won 66-64. If we go back and look at the history here between these two teams, the Bears are 83-13 in 96 games, 83-13. So they have an overwhelming lead in the series, and they've also won the last 33 games in a row over Ray County, going all the way back to, let's see, 2005, 2001. Got to go back 23 years to find the last time that Ray County beat the Bears. It was 59-58 and 59-54.
What was that overall record? Have you got to that yet?
83-13 there. And they didn't play for a while because they'd come out of our district.
Right. You know, you and I were talking about that, and I could not believe it was 83-13 because, see, I go way back. And I remember, and we got to looking at it, in the mid-'80s, they won at 11 out of 13, and I swear I was covering the 11 that the Bears won for the banner back in the day. It just, because they had such good ball teams back then. They beat, and Brad had some great teams, and they'd beat them every time, and then they'd hold the district tournament over there, and you have to go there, and, oh, it's just awful.
Well, they had Andy Kelly, a guy that most people remember.
Yes.
If you got any years on you, Andy Kelly was a quarterback there and quarterback at UT, quarterback in the USFL or whatever it was, and the arena football league. And threw for about 5,000 or 5 million yards or something.
And he was so smooth, he could shoot the ball, boy. And their big man was Brent Clark, I do believe.
Yep, and Garner was a huge factor on that team there. But anyway, going back to 2001, last time they beat us, 59-54, and that game was at Ray County when Steve Moore was the Ray County coach, and he left there and went to Walker Valley as the boys coach for a few years. So we got a lot of good history there. Coach B.K. Crowder, the Ray County coach. He's coached at Ray County in 2001 through 2005 season. He won 90 games in those 4 years, and the 4 years prior to that, they only won 40 games total. He wins 90. He went to state tournament in 2004, the same year the Bears went. So we had two teams in the grade 8, the Elite 8, whatever you want to call it, from one district. And that was our District 5 in 2004. And they got beat their first round game. The Bears won their first game and lost their semifinal game in the championship Tennessee State Tournament there in 2004. So there's a lot of great history there.
We've got some changes on our lineup, Gary. So let's take a 1-minute break here. 1-minute break, Axel, when we get our lineup straightened out. We'll be back.
What did they change on?
All right, you're clear.
All right, Gary, number 11 is now number 24.